What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to LTH. My name is Abe, and in this video we got to talk about OPNsense 25.7 because we have a lot of people who are now breaking their OPNsense or getting confused on how to upgrade from ISC DHCP to the new Dnsmasq DHCP, as well as maybe using unbound DNS if you're already using that, or if you have followed my HomeLab series, we do use that for local domain resolution. So within here, we just want to go down here real quick and we can see the updates. If you'd like to pause, you can. But now we have dual DHCP support. Dnsmasq is for lightweight deployments and Kea DHCP is for advanced IPv6 and scalable setups. So for 99% of people, they're going to need to use the new Dnsmasq. Why need? Well, if we go over to the setting or the documentation for ISC DHCP, we can see that it's now been deprecated and it's no longer receiving updates from its developers/maintainers. So let's get on with this video on how to upgrade and move over. So what you need to do is go ahead and log in to your OPNsense machine. And once you're logged in, we need to make sure one thing. We need to go and update our OPNsense to ensure we're on the proper version. We can see right here, I am indeed on 25.75. So go ahead and click check for updates. Check for updates again. Wait for this to load and perform any updates so you are on the same latest version as I, and then we will be able to move on with the rest of the video. Okay, and the next step we need to do is go to System, Configuration, Backups. And right here, just go ahead and download your current configuration. Just in case you break anything, you can come back in here and restore a configuration by choosing a file, then clicking Restore. Okay, so now that we have a backup of our system, what we're going to want to do is go to Services, ISC DHCPv4, and you should see something that shows LAN. So since I've updated and I've turned it off, it appears to no longer be available, but here is an image. I know it's blurry, it's one of the only ones I could find on Google, but it's Services ISC DHCPv4 LAN. And then under here, there's like leases and enable DHCP server on LAN interface. And then you can see the ranges and whatever. So go in there and try to find all your static mappings, okay? And if we look on the Kea version, it should look something similar like this, where instead of under leases, you would be under your normal LAN interface, right? Which would be in there, and all your static leases would be there. In here, it's called reservations. And then somewhere on that LAN table, you should see this little export as CSV on your table, either in the bottom right, the bottom left, or the top left. I can't remember for that exact version. And then you're just going to click this, and then you're going to export all of those files, those CSV files, okay? So the next thing we need to do is now set up our Dnsmasq and DNS and DHCP. So we're going to change the following settings under Services, Dnsmasq and DHCP, and then General. So in my case, I have it enabled. Do not enable it yet. You may lose connection to your OPNsense box. And if you somehow do and click apply and you forget, you can always go down to your network adapter settings, manually add back in the IP of your computer and then your gateway for this one to for your OPNsense box, whatever your IP is, to be able to connect back to this, okay? So what we're going to do is set our interface to LAN because we want this to issue IP addresses over the LAN. Set the listening port to 0. Now this we are setting to 0 because we want unbound DNS to do all our local DNS querying and recursive lookup, okay? And so if you click this little eye icon, you'll see that it actually even mentions this. The port is used for responding to DNS queries. We don't want Dnsmasq to respond. We want unbound DNS to respond. So it should be left blank unless you want something else to use it. So setting to 0 completely disables the DNS function within here, which is what we want, again, because we're using unbound DNS. And then set do not forward to system defined DNS server. So find that, do not forward to system defined DNS server, and check that box. Then the last thing we can do is click apply, but just real quick, this setting prevents local hostname resolution from being forwarded out of your network. Okay, and if you click the little icon, it talks about that. So click apply, and then the next thing we need to do is now move over to the DHCP ranges tab right at the top on the same menu, and then you need to click the plus icon to create a new mapping. And so once again, the interface will be LAN. Your start address will just be +1 number from your router. Your end address will be minus the last number, so you have a broadcast address. So for you guys, it'll be 192.168. whatever. I use 50. It could be .1, it could be .70, it could be .10, whatever. And then 2 and 54 on the end. So the only number you're going to change is this third octet over from the left. 1, 2, 3. And then change that to whatever number you would like. And then your subnet mask can just be left as automatic. And then we're going to go all the way down here, not change any of this, and give this a description, like a default /24 LAN, and click save. I already have mine right here. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for IPv6, but instead, I'm going to edit and just show these settings to you guys. It'll still be LAN. The start address is going to be this or .1000, 2000, LAN construction, interface LAN, prefix can be left default, and then just IPv6 subnet. So that'll allow you to turn on DHCP issuing of IPv6 within your LAN interface, okay? So the next thing that we're going to need to do is disable router advertisements. And so again, under services, all the way at the bottom, there is router advertisements. And then we click LAN, and we are disabling router advertisements. We don't need it. And we just want to keep it from getting in the way. So just go ahead and disable this. So the next thing that we need to do is disable ISC DHCPv4/v6. Now that we've set up the proper settings to be able to disable our legacy ISC DHCPv4/6 under services, ISCP DHCPv4, /LAN. Again, it doesn't show here for me with the update, but in the case of IPv6, I do still see it. So you would go into both of the LAN interfaces, okay, and then come up here and uncheck this box and save your settings. And this will ensure that these DHCP servers are no longer issuing IP addresses to our LAN network. Now, we need to be a little bit quick with this because we do have a little bit of time before our computer will ask OPNsense for a new IP or ask if we have a changed IP. So you will not be disconnected out of here instantly, but it's just something you need to think of. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is go back under our services tab, go to Dnsmasq, DNS, and DHCP, and general. And then under here, you want to go ahead and enable this menu and click apply. And now Dnsmasq, DNS, and DHCP is issuing specifically DHCP IP addresses for us, but not DNS, because we have unbound DNS doing that for us. So we don't want any conflict of interest. And so the next thing we can do under services, Dnsmasq, DNS, and DHCP, we can go to leases to verify that this is working. So under here, we can now see that it is issuing leases for us. And we can see that on the far right with this dynamic lease type. So it did this for us automatically. We didn't have to do anything. So if you would like to add devices from here to your static assignment addresses, you're just going to click the far button next to the device and select add reservation. And so here it's going to pull the host name, the IP address that's assigned to it, the hardware address, or also known as a MAC address, and then you can add a description to this so you know what this device is or whatever, right? But we want to keep the host name the same, the IP the same, and the MAC address the same. I guess you could technically change the IP if you want it to be something else, and then you would click save. So if we notice, it has these reservations, or now these static assignments, instead of being called reservations, they're now called hosts. on Dnsmasq. And so that's found under here. Now, under this host page, which again is found under services, Dnsmasq and DNS and DHCP hosts, right? Same thing over here on this menu. If you'd like to go to it directly, we can now import our CSV file from our old ISC static reservations by going to the bottom left and clicking import CSV, and then upload that CSV file to here, and all your static mappings will automatically populate for you. So there you have it. Your new updated DHCP leasing is working with the latest OPNsense 25.x for DNS and DHCP services. We've also confirmed DHCP is working by seeing the list of hosts in the previous step, which we ensured, right, that we were getting static assignments, or dynamic assignments under leases. There we go. Geez, forgetting my tabs. Just like that. Now, you can confirm that DNS is also properly working by opening up your command line and doing an NS lookup. Okay, so under here, we can see that we did NS lookup google.com. The server that responded to this DNS request is our OPNsense.local domain, the expected IP address, and then we can see the non-authoritative answer, which is DNS doing its own thing, then asking an authoritative server like 1.1.1 or 8.8.8.8 or whatever. So we know DNS is working properly. Okay, and so that's it. We've now verified DHCP works, and we've verified that DNS is still working through our unbound machine. I hope that makes sense. I know some of these steps may have been a little bit convoluted because of the mess up with the update in my case, but I hope this points you in the right direction. You get the right settings set, and you're able to upgrade and get rid of ISC because it is now deprecated. Thank you for watching. My name's Abe with another video, signing off, and don't forget, we have notes linked down below if you would like to follow them step by step yourself.